Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shout out to Yoakim out there, pushing his work in truth and sincerity. Just wanted to bring out a lesson today. Just keep pushing that vibration out there that you Jew rats out there ain't the real fucking Jews, and that we are. And to prove that, we're gonna go through the scriptures and we're gonna show you. We're gonna start over.
2 Kings chapter 17 verse 19. Also Judah kept not the commandments of Yahweh, their power, but walked in the statutes of Israel which they made. And Yahweh rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers until he had cast them out of his sight.
Just exactly like he did, just like he said he was going to do in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, starting with the 15th verse. I'll say that real quick. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And we'll show you what those curses was. Keep reading.
Verse 20. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers until he had cast them out of his sight. For he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king. And Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Lord and made them sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam which he did, they departed not from them, until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he had said by all his servants the prophets.
That's right. And they removed Israel out of his sight. That's the entire northern kingdom. So they were taken out of Israel. So we already know right there that the northern kingdom isn't in Israel, where those people, those Jew rats out there, reside today. And I got a quick.
Let me just finish.
Yeah, go ahead, finish that.
It says, so was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day.
Go ahead.
24?
Yeah, 24.
It says, and the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, and from Cutha, and from Avah, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim, and placed them into the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel, and they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof.
Instead of the children of Israel. So the children of Israel aren't in those lands. They were removed from Israel. So people dwelling in that land today aren't the children of Israel. They're these people that were just read in the scriptures. And 20, yeah, give me 24 and 2.
2 Kings chapter 24 verse 2. Right. And the Lord sent against him bands of the Chaldees, and bands of the Syrians, and bands of the Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon, and sent them against Judah to destroy it.
Just in case y'all saying, okay, well that was the northern kingdom. What about the southern kingdoms? Truly, those are the real Jews. You Jew rats are the real Jews down there, right? Well, we're talking about Judah right here. They got. Say that again?
It says, and the Lord sent against him bands of the Chaldees, and bands of the Syrians, and bands of the Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon, and sent them against Judah to destroy it, according to the word of the Lord which he spake by his servants the prophets.
Jump down to 25 and 9.
I mean, if I can add right quick, I'm saying when you look up history, what part of history have this happened to those so-called Jews that call themselves living in the land right now? You can't look up any source of history that can prove that situation happened unto them. You know what I'm saying? They don't fit the bill of the curses nor the rest of the scriptures. You know? Well, continue on.
25 and 9.
2 Kings 25 and 9.
Right.
The 2 Kings chapter 25 verse 9. And he burnt the house of the Lord and the king's house and all the houses of Jerusalem, and every great man's house burnt he with fire.
Judah was taken down and burnt, and everybody was ran out. Keep going. That's what I was going to tell you.
And all the army of the Chaldees that were with the captain of the guard break down the walls of Jerusalem round about.
Jerusalem was conquered. Y'all ain't the real Jews. It's plain and simple right there in front of your face. Jump down to verse 21. We're just going to keep it short for time's sake.
And the king of 2 Kings 25 and verse 21. And the king of Babylon smote them and slew them at Riblah in the land of Hamath, So Judah was carried away out of their land.
Right. Jump down to 26.
Verse 26, and all the people, both small and great, and the captains of the armies arose and came to Egypt, for they were afraid of the Chaldees.
The real Judites were conquered in Jerusalem and scattered abroad out in Egypt, not just Egypt, but different countries. And I got a scripture for that. Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and 28th chapter and the 25th verse. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. And thou shalt be removed unto all the kingdoms of the earth. And that's exactly what happened because Israel broke the law. We went off. We went against the law, statutes and commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and we got punished for it. And we got kicked out of our land, and we were replaced by you fucking Jew rats. So you're not the men of the Lord. Y'all fucking liars. That's what you are. You ain't the real Jews. We're the real Jews. Scriptures say that the Jews are blackened to the ground, and they were put on cargo slave ships into a land that they don't know as a nation. That ain't never happened to y'all. Y'all are fucking liars, and that's the proof of it. And we don't even have to go in these scriptures to show you that. All we got to do is ask you is to break down the 12 tribes of Israel, because you can't do it. The only reason that y'all on top and you were given all the benefits and given the world and rule over us is because we went off. You got a blessing because we're getting a punishment. That's what it is.
Got a precept for you? You know what I'm saying? Because this also further proves that the Edomites, the so-called Jews, which are dwelling in the land, are not the Jews. Because here it is, they put their self in that land, you know what I'm saying, due to something called the Balfour Declaration, you know, which Apostle Gabar had brought out. You know, but this is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. You know what I'm saying? Because here it is, these devils, these Edomites set themselves up in that land. Here it is, pursuing to Ezekiel 36 and 24. The Lord said that he was going to bring us into our own land. First, he was going to gather us from the 4 corners in which we were scattered from the heathen, which is the other nations, in which the Lord said in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, that he was going to scatter us to as a curse. But, you know what I'm saying, as a redemption, he was going to gather us from the heathen and set us up in Israel. You Edomites set your own selves in Israel, proving that you're not the true Jews of the Bible, the true Israelites of the Bible. Verse 25, you got it. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take you away with the stony heart out of your flesh, and will give you an heart of flesh.
And, you know, I just want to close out with this last scripture right here, you know, showing the future Esau. This is Obadiah, the 17th verse, Salakia. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. Joseph being the tribe of Ephraim, and all the northern tribes shall be a flame. And the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. And that also proves that Cornelius can't be an Edomite, because the entire nation of Esau, Edom, is going to be cut off forever and destroyed, for the Lord hath spoken it. So that would make him a liar.
Yeah, because when you read this account of Cornelius, the Lord said that Cornelius and his household was going to be saved. You know what I'm saying? So that would make that scripture null and void if he was an Edomite.
So with that, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles of GMS. Shout out to all you Akim out there, pushing his work, doing this work in truth and sincerity. Deaf to America, deaf to you Edomites, deaf to you 2/3 niggas that are joined up against them. Shalom.
Shalom.